Here's the problem with traveling. Cities are divided into different tiers. Tier 1 is cities like London, Paris and Rome. Popular places that people want to visit first. Usually the capitals. Oxford, Stonehenge and Cambridge are tier 2. Popular places, but usually second choice to travelers. And then you've got tier 3. Places that you don't hear about, but have a lot to offer. Places like Dartford. Think of this video as your complete Dartford guide, because we'll cover places to see and also places where you can eat and drink. There are few places to eat in Dartford, but by far the best place to eat is the Turkish...
Are you starting with the restaurants?
Yeah.
Leave it for later.
But I love food.
No. Start with sightseeing.
What, food later?
Yeah.
Alright, sightseeing it is. Okay, first stop. Things to see, and what better place to start with the longest zip line in the whole of England. But wait, there's more. This 725-meter long zip line is only the first attraction of what is going to be the biggest adventure center in Europe. Okay, that was a bit dramatic. But this center will include Europe's largest swing, Europe's largest outdoor climbing wall, and an outdoor skydive machine. But if you're not a fan of the extreme, then don't worry, because the zipline is right next to the 5th largest shopping center in the whole of UK. It's called Bluewater, and in addition to shops, restaurants and cinema, will also offer you mini golf, trampoline, dinosaur adventure, and even an opportunity to sit your child behind the wheel. Both Bluewater and Hang Loose Adventure are only 15 minutes by car from Dartford Centre. Other places you can visit in the area are Hever Castle, Rochester with the cathedral and the castle, and Canterbury with its famous cathedral. A trip to London Bridge will take you only 30-40 minutes, and all you need is an Oyster card. And if you prefer deep relaxation, Dartford will not disappoint. The town offers a very clean park and a beautiful lake nearby. Okay, now we know what to see. What to eat? There are a few places in Dartford where you're gonna...
Hold on, not yet.
Can we at least get a snack?
Okay, snack works.
Thursdays and Saturdays are the days you'll find Dartford more buzzing. From early morning, the main street welcomes butchers and all sorts of merchants. This is the perfect place to get yourself some healthy snacks for your trips. One thing is easy to notice when you're walking around Dartford, and that is the old buildings, which speaks for the historical value of the city. For centuries, Dartford has been a favorable place for many, mainly thanks to the nearby river. Probably the most iconic building from the past is the Manor Gatehouse. It's called Manor Gatehouse because in the past it was a huge mansion, huge manor house, and this building was the gate to that manor house. And that building is the only one surviving these days. This complex was built by King Henry VIII. The king had 40 similar properties all across England. The reason for that is he used that as a hotel for himself and for his guests. Anne of Cleves, Henry VIII's fourth wife, lived here for a few years before she died.
The room that we're in at the moment is the Anne of Cleves room. After her marriage to Henry VIII and just shortly after he died, Anne of Cleves come to live here. Everything you see all around you is exactly as Anne of Cleves left it before she died.
Today, you can get married in the exact same room she used to stay in.
It's amazing to have such a historic building to start couples' married lives together.
Speaking of Henrys, King Henry V's funeral was in this church. Here's another curious fact about the church. Back in the days when England was fighting on the continent, Dartford was the last stop for soldiers. And in that church, some soldiers had their last prayer. On the way back, Dartford was the first stop. So they will stop again and soldiers will come and pray once again in that church. And it's not just Dartford, the whole area is historic. The Hever Castle is where Anne Boleyn spent her early years. That's King Henry VIII's second wife. And inside you can see what his bedroom looked like. The cathedral in Rochester is the second oldest in England, and the castle is one of the earliest such buildings in England, built in the 1080s. Canterbury used to have 7 medieval gates to the city, but now it has only one. This is the West Gate, and it's the largest surviving city gate in England. Curiously enough, during the Victorian times, the country wanted to demolish the tower so it could expand the road. The tower survived. Canterbury Cathedral is one of the oldest and most famous Christian structures in England. During the medieval period, Dartford was an important waypoint for pilgrims and travelers en route to Canterbury and to the continent.
And this was one of their favorite places to stay in, the Royal Victoria and Bull Hotel, the oldest inn in Dartford. Curiously enough, the name was just the Bull Hotel. It changed after Queen Victoria stayed overnight. And that's just some of the history about Dartford. You can find more by visiting the local library and the museum.
They are both in one building right next to the park. Can we eat now?
Yes, let's go.
Finally we can eat? Give me this. Everything I'm going to show, it's on the same street.
We have a Spanish tapas restaurant. We have Wetherspoons, which I think is always a nice and easy option. By the way, this place is huge because it used to be a car showroom and offices. The hotel also serves food, but without a doubt, the best place you can grab a bite is the Turkish restaurant called Efes at the end of the street. Efes is named after the Turkish city Ephesus, known as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Inside the restaurant, you will find nothing but wonders when it comes to food. If you want to experience a traditional English pub, then probably your best option is just in front of Efes. Although it has been a pub only from the 1800s, the building has been on site for 500 years.
Okay, we're reaching the end of this adventure, but before I let you go, I want to let you know that I hid a secret emoji somewhere in this video that looks like this. Find it, screenshot it, and send it to my Instagram as a private message, and in return, I will send you a curious fact about Dartford from the modern history. Link to every location we talked about you can find in the description. And if you want to have a video like that, or if you want to be featured in the video, just send me a message or write it down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Stay curious.